Tonight, Mujeres Unidas hosted its annual candlelight vigil at the Fireman's Park in McAllen to honor those who lost their life to domestic violence. According to the website breakthecycle.org, near half of women have experienced this type of abuse. 25% of men have also fallen victim. Tonight's vigil was also about celebrating the survivors who can now educate others about the many forms of domestic violence and what it can take. Our Jorge Vela was at tonight's vigil and has the details.
There are days that I'll have wake up from nightmares, and those nightmares are just memories of what I went through, of the fear, being mentally put down verbally, that I was never amount to anything in this world.
For more than a decade, Sonia Enrique endured emotional abuse from her ex-husband. She's one of the many victims who have spoken up about domestic violence and has since broken the cycle to live a normal life. Gabriela Rojas is another survivor. She says she learned the hard way that it is not worth it to stay in for the children.
I think that when my oldest daughter turned 18, she left the house and told me that the reason was the violence I was experiencing. Many times, one thinks that staying for the children is the best thing and that we have to make that sacrifice for the family, but the children are experiencing your violence in another way, and they don't want to live with that.
Tonight, Mujeres Unidas celebrated survivors and those that never made it out of an abusive relationship. City of Hidalgo Police Chief Romero Rodriguez says domestic violence cases are growing.
It is a growing problem. I don't know if it's the stressors of the larger population, economics, and a lot of other things that come into play.
Rodriguez adds he has also seen an increase in cases involving men as victims and that the problem is part cultural and criminal. Genesis Gonzalez from Mujeres Unidas says most of the people they help are young and adds that the continued romantic belief of toxic relationships is what causing domestic violence to still be a severe problem.
This new generation, unfortunately, they romanticize las tóxicas y los tóxicos. This is where it needs to stop, right? We hope that with that, we're able to push it forward and we're able to end the cycle, right? If the more we educate one another in our community, the easier it'll be to prevent future victims.